So I'm home. Got home earlier. We um, just hanging out on the front porch here. I put some chairs from the back deck on the front deck so I could hang out with my kids and stuff when I got home. So I'm just hanging right here. So not doing much, but tomorrow I'm gonna work on the yard a little bit, take some more measurements of this deck, figure out what kind of railings and stuff I want to do. I think I'm figuring out what I want to do um, as far as a style for this, and I think it'll turn out nicely. So I'm excited to build something that's gonna be kind of nice out here. So I like my new front deck, but there's no railings on it yet. This is what it looks like right now. So I got this bench that I made a few years ago that we've been repainting, but it's starting to kind of get rotten. And I'm just hanging out on the deck here. So I got some chairs here. I put two 5-gallon buckets here to use as tables for now. Eventually, we'll put some um, plant in these things. But eventually, there's going to be rails all the way around here. And I'm going to have to rebuild that set of steps, reuse these top boards. That board needs to be replaced, the one on that bottom step. But the whole underneath part of it's rotten, so I got to rebuild it. So, anyway, I got my orientation come Friday. It I'm excited to go learn that few stuff. It's not going to be any big deal. It could be an all day affair. It could be a half a day thing. Who knows? I'll be able to see what truck I'm going to have and what stuff is supplied and find out what they're going to supply, figure out what ELD system I'm going to be using and all that kind of stuff. So this is going to be an interesting adventure, but it's got to be a heck of a lot better than um, what I just dealt with at Sierra England. So drinking me a Frostbite Mountain Dew. If you haven't tried it, it's all right. It's what flavor is this supposed to be? Do 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 do. Where does it say what flavors are in this? Usually they say what flavors. Huh. Anyway, no big deal. But tomorrow will give me a chance to. We got a guy coming to work on the drain in basement tomorrow that keeps leaking, and they're going to figure out why. And we think it's coming from um, when it rains somehow, and I don't know how. But we've tried to see if it's after we take showers and different showers, after we do laundry, after we run things downstairs. We can't seem to figure out the rhyme or reason why it leaks or when, so we can figure out how to fix it. So my wife thinks it did it it after each of the rainstorms or something, but we really don't know. So kind of nice hanging out on the front deck of my house. This isn't an area. Gonna do some mowing and weed whacking tomorrow. Probably get up early in the morning and do some of that. Try not to stay up too late tonight and get up early and do some stuff. I don't know if it's gonna come across, but it's too dark. You probably can't see it, but there's a branch going from the maybe right there on the corner of the roof up to there, hanging out in that tree and coming down. And I've got to try to and cut that off, zip that down. And my gutter is all, you can see how it's kind of bent up right there, and it's coming down over there. So that's what's going on there. So we stopped at that R place for dinner on the way back from my wife picking up, and we also stopped at Walcott, Iowa, the TA, the world's largest truck stop. We stopped there. We got a few things for the kids on the way back, and then drove back, and we got Little Caesars for dinner for me and the wife. Now I'm just hanging out. The wife is trying to recuperate. So now I'm going to stick to places of work that are closer to the house, so my wife doesn't have to come and get me from long distance places anymore, and keep things close. And I'm sure hoping this place works out for being a job that will make enough money. I'll be home every weekend, and I will try to bust my butt the whole week and pray and hope that this works out, so I don't have to do any more job hopping for a while. And if I can make it a year, I should be able to make it several other years. So we're gonna try to make this work, try to bust my butt and make this work out. One of my old ex co-drivers that lives in Denver, Christina, she is gonna go back on the extra board at Alan Ritchie and help cover the run that goes from Denver out to Salt Lake City, Utah. So that's kind of interesting. They called her up to try to get her to go back, but they laid off my boss, Kenny. He's been gardening. Every time you talk to him, he's out gardening, and you talk to him, he wants to talk about the stuff he's growing, all his peas and tomatoes and all the stuff he's growing in his garden up in Minnesota. So I guess he lives like an hour away from St. Cloud or something up there. So just out here enjoying my deck. So I can't wait to put a railing system on. Trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to do this. I think I want to build like kind of a wall around this thing. I think I'm going to use a bunch of 2x4s. First I'm going to use 4x4 posts. Unless I just buy a whole crap load of 2x4s and just kind of try to come up with some sort of design. So, um, but it's definitely nice to be home, sitting on my front deck that I finally got new boards put on. I was able to just get away with doing the top. Got to redo those steps. I'm gonna build the rail system. Tomorrow I'm gonna go through all my trucking stuff and figure out what I'm gonna bring to the truck. Probably on Friday, I'll load all the stuff up, except for my cooler, my fridge thing that plugs in. I'll leave that here at the house, but all the other stuff, maybe I'll bring that stuff and see if there's a place for a microwave to go in that truck and for it to plug in. It looked like the truck that I used to do my test, to do my drive test that you usually got to do for every company for insurance purposes. Looked like there was a bunch of plugs on the one wall, at least on the truck that I used for my drive test. So we'll see what kind of stuff they have. It's supposed to already have CBs and a fridge, so if I bring that cooler of mine, I can set it to freezing temperatures and use it like a deep freeze, and bring my electric skillet and microwave and all my food and stuff, and we should be able to rock and roll. And I'm only going to be on the truck for a week at a time, so I shouldn't have to bring as much stuff. So this should work out good, and we'll see how far I wind up going and stuff. But I have a feeling I'm going to be repeating a lot of the places I've gone to for like K&B and Bay and um, the places I've driven reefer for. And I'm going to go to a lot of places I've already been to. So but this is nice, hanging out on the deck. Got a lot of yard work to do tomorrow. Mowing, weed whacking, zipping down stuff stuck up there. Seeing if there's any damage to the corner of the roof over there. You have to get out my chainsaw sharpening kit and actually open it up. I've never opened it up yet, and actually sharpen one of my chainsaws up and start it up and zip some of this stuff down. It's gonna be fun. I'll get up, make coffee, and do some lawn mowing, some weed whacking. Got to figure out the backyard, and got a trellis that's coming down because of viney weeds are coming down and pulling my trestle down. So I got to reattach the trestle and clear that all up. So I have thought about for years making a extension onto this deck and going that direction out in front of the windows and building it out to there and bringing it back and having more deck up that way. I think it would be pretty cool to do that way. So, mm, um, nice to be home with the family. Got the two little girls in bed finally. got my stepdaughter Diamond. She's still awake. She's in here watching TV. So she's inside there watching TV in there. And I'm just hanging out, enjoying this part of the deck I redid. So it's nice. I'm ready to go inside and hang out, play some games on my phone, practice my Spanish, watch a little bit of Dexter, and go to bed. So that's probably what I'm gonna do here. I gotta bring these cushions in. But I think I'm gonna head inside. It seems like it's a pretty mellow night. No one's really on here. See people coming on here and there, but no one's really watching me right now. So I'm gonna go inside and I'll have more updates later on. Thanks guys for coming by and watching me. I'm gonna go inside and enjoy my house since I usually don't get to do that as much anymore. So now hopefully I'll at least be able to be able to enjoy it on the weekends. So I will catch you guys later. Bye.